What's going on, everybody? It's EricRayweather back here with the latest roster update for Madden 21. It's that time of the week again. We got players going up, we got players going down. They said that they adjusted over 700 players this week. Now, that just means they tweaked individual ratings for some players. That doesn't mean 700 plus overall ratings changes, and that's what we're going to go over, the main guys that went up and went down. So make sure you drop in the comments below. Who do you feel is getting slept on? Who's getting disrespected? Who is EA lowering the ratings that they shouldn't be, or who are they not bumping up high enough? Make sure to let me know. Also, I dropped a video on the second channel today. Link is below in the pinned comment if you want to go check that out. Make sure to subscribe there if you haven't already. And of course, make sure to subscribe here. Turn the bell icon on if you don't want to miss any of these updates for Madden. Now, let's get into the blog that EA puts out every week, where they specifically touch on certain players that went up or went down and say why. And then we'll go over the list of most of the big names, all of the guys kind of in that 80 plus tier that are going up and going down. So the first person that they want to talk about this week is my guy, Alvin Kamara. Had a crazy game. He's back from injury. Last year, you know, he was hampered with those injuries, and we're seeing that he's a little bit underrated in Madden because he's getting back to that form that we saw in his first two seasons. It says here that Alvin Kamara is going up 1 to an 89. I think they should have bumped him too, but we got the rest of the season for that to happen. It says here, Alvin Kamara looked unstoppable last Sunday night on his insane 50-plus yard touchdown scamper in the second half against the Packers. Safe to say, Kamara is fully back after his 2019 season that didn't live up to expectations as high as they might have been. The dude is a yards after catch machine and is one of the most slippery players in the NFL. The Madden ratings adjusters have no choice but to bump Kamara's break tackle and ball carrier vision ratings ahead of week 4. And like I said, overall, he's going up +1 to an 89. The next guy they touch on is Calvin Ridley, having a great start to the year. He's going up 1 to an 86. It says +2 to an 86, but I noticed when I was looking through their ratings that they kind of had things messed up, because last week he went up 1 to an 85. So this week he's technically going up 1 again and now to an 86. But I think something's just messed up with their ratings right now. I had to kind of look over all of them and like double check, because they're kind of like combining last week and this week. I think there's just an error on their end. So he's actually going up 1 to an 86. It says here, week 3 marked 3 straight games over 100 yards for Calvin Ridley, who's now on pace for like 77,000 yards this season. LOL, right? You know, just being stupid here. It says he's already scored 4 touchdowns this year, and even with Julio Jones sidelined in week 3, Ridley was able to produce. He's legitimately making a case as one of the next great NFL wide receivers, and man, is he fun to watch. Ridley's Madden ratings has gone up every week thus far this season, and he'll get another boost ahead of week 4. And then we got Nick Foles coming in. I mean, the backup machine. He just can't seem to die. He's going up 1 to a 72 overall after helping the Bears come from behind against, guess who? The Falcons, of course, blowing leads as always. It says here, Nick Foles did what Nick Foles does best last week, and he came off the bench and produced. Foles led the Bears to an unlikely 30-26 comeback win against the Atlanta Falcons on the heels of his 3-touchdown performance after Mitch Trubisky was benched. The veteran was throwing the ball and making plays, and he's already been named Chicago starter for week 4. The veteran has a long way to go in terms of Madden ratings, but hey, everyone has to start or restart somewhere. So now let's talk about the people that are going down that EA wanted to touch on. We got a couple big name QBs here. The first one is Sam Darnold, going down 1 to a 71. It says here that it actually got worse for Darnold and the Jets on Sunday as New York fell 36-7 to the Colts. Darnold threw 3 interceptions in the game, 2 of which were of the pick 6 variety. There's obviously a lot of drama around the Jets and the team's head coach situation in New York, but there's just no way for the Madden ratings adjusters to justify keeping Darnold even for another week. So they're dropping him to a 71. And the next guy is Dwayne Haskins, going down 2 to a 68. It says week 3 was ugly for Dwayne Haskins as he threw 3 interceptions and a loss against the Cleveland Browns. His head coach, Ron Rivera, said his players deserve better than what Haskins provided, and there was some implication that Haskins could be benched sooner rather than later if the poor play keeps up. The Madden ratings adjusters agree and are lowering Haskins' rating this week. So a couple young QBs struggling in their situations right now. Now let's talk about the overall players going up, going down, the main reason you guys are here. So we've got Quentin Nelson going up +1 to a 95. Trent Williams, left tackle for the Niners, +1 to a 93. Dalvin Cook keeps killing it, +1 to a 92. Jair Alexander goes up +1 to a 92. I believe he went up +1 last week as well. One of the best young cornerbacks in the league. We have Fred Warner going up +1 to 89, one of the best young linebackers in the league. And speaking of young linebackers, TJ Watt, I think he's going up every week. Again, we're seeing that Madden, the ratings adjusters, they came in with him rated way too low. And we all saw it. We all called it out when he was at 86 to start the year. He's going up +1, third week in a row, now is an 89 overall. So like I said, he's going to get in that 90 range really quickly with the roster updates because they know that they underrated him. And each week as he continues to perform, they just have to pretty much put him up every week because you can't really deny the talent that you're seeing, right? Adrian Amos +1 to 87. Juju Smith-Schuster got Big Ben back. He's back just producing like he did in his first couple years. Coming off that down year last year, he's up +1 to 87. He's looking to get back up into that, probably that range. He'll have some superstar abilities or maybe even become an X-Factor player again. We've got Kyle Juszczyk going up +1 to 87. Dak Prescott, the second week in a row, going up +1 to an 86. Cole Beasley +1 to an 84, kind of becoming kind of one of Josh Allen's like safe targets, like the safety valve. Like Cole Beasley's been very consistent with the Bills over the last couple of years, and he's +1 to an 84. Pretty solid rating for Cole Beasley in my opinion. We've got Jonathan Allen +1 to an 84. James Conner going up +2 to an 83. He's kind of, again, these Steeler players, they're bouncing back now that they have their QB back. A guy that's, a threat, unlike the QBs they were dealing with last year. And James Conner's kind of come out these last 2 weeks, a couple 100-yard games, getting some touchdowns, really tearing it up, +2 to an 83. Miles Jack +1 to an 83. Will Fuller +1 to an 83. Josh Allen of the Jaguars, the pass rusher, not the QB, +1 to an 82. Michael Gallup is +1 to an 82. Mike Hilton is also +1 to an 82. Brian Burns going up yet again, +1 to an 81. James Bradbury going up again, +1 to an 81. Jesse Bates of the Bengals, one of the better young free safeties in the league, he's +1 to an 81. Quandre Diggs of the Seahawks, +1 to an 81 as well. Jake Matthews, left tackle for the Falcons, +2 to an 80. Pierre Desir of the Jets, +1 to an 80. And Rashaan Evans of the Titans, +1 to an 80. Now, that's not all the guys that went up, but that's most of the big notable names in the higher overall range that did go up. Now, let's talk about some of these guys that went down. This is where we all get mad. We see our players getting hated on. Calais Campbell, -1 to a 94. Tre'Davious White, I know Bills fans aren't going to like this. Tre'Davious White down 1 to a 90. That's my LSU boy. I haven't really been watching the Bills super closely, so I don't know if he's been having maybe some struggles lately, but sometimes the Madden guys are just a little unforgivable off of like maybe one down game. You know how that goes. Matt Ryan's going down 1 to a 87, which is I think where he started the year. He went up to a 88, now he's back down to 87. AJ Green drops for the second week in a row, down 1 to an 86, just not quite looking like his old self. My guy Marshawn Lattimore down 1 to 86. I can't really get mad at it. Last 2 weeks hasn't played his best ball. Kind of playing down to his competition in my opinion. Would have liked to see him go up when he had such a great game against Mike Evans. But Lattimore, he's one of those guys I've noticed with EA. It's like if he has a bad week, he usually goes down. But if he has a good week, he doesn't usually go up. That's just kind of how it is. But right now, he's definitely playing last couple weeks pretty poorly. Justin Houston down 1 to 84. Got some more Saints players. Man, all my guys are going down, but some of these guys deserve it. Malcolm Jenkins down 1 to 84. Has not played well. Marcus Williams down 1 to 84. We've got DJ Reader down 1 to 83. Everson Griffin down 2 to 83. Not really looking like himself so far this year. Golden Tate down 1 to 83. Logan Ryan down 1 to 83. Got Deshaun Jackson of the Eagles down 1 to 82. Jalen Smith of the Cowboys. I know Cowboy fans don't like to see their guy Jalen Smith go down. I think he's a great player, but he's down 1 to 82. Jimmy Smith of the Ravens down 1 to 82 as well. Jason Peters of the Eagles. He has not looked very good. He looks like he's kind of finished in my opinion, but down 1 to 81. Javon Hargrave also down 1 to 81. Quan Alexander of the Niners down 1 to 81. Nickel Roby-Coleman down 1 to 81. Olivier Vernon also down 1 to 81. And lastly here we have Jonathan Joseph down 1 to an 80. So those are all the major names up and down this week. Another little interesting thing that we'll throw out there that they did is they put a hair rating in the game. Yes. They put a hair rating in the game. I saw them talking about this on Twitter. It's mainly for Mahomes. Like, everybody has a 0 hair rating, but Mahomes has a 100. It's like some type of marketing they're doing, I think, with maybe it's Head and Shoulders or something like that. And they're like, oh, let's give Mahomes like the first 100 rating in the game. He's got 100 hair. But I know back in the day, like, Devin Hester had 100 speed, so I don't know. That's not the first time there's been 100 rating in the game. Kind of weird. I don't really know the exact reasoning behind it other than it's probably some type of marketing thing, but that's in the game now, if you can believe it or not, if you want to go take a look at that. But that's it for this week. Again, let me know who you think is just getting snubbed below. I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys next time.